Morning talk show today. I haven't done a special morning talk show for a while, so I thought I'll put one in for tomorrow morning talk show. So what am I talking about today? I imagine today is going to be like tomorrow. Jamie wants to go pick apples and start making some apple juice because next week we'll be too busy. So I said, okay. Then it started to rain. And then I said, Jamie, I am not going to go pick apples in the rain. And he agreed, because when you touch the limbs and they're wet, then you get all wet, because I guess the moisture comes down. So it's kind of windy. It's kind of cold. I'm wearing long pants the first time in months because it's kind of cold. So this year, I'm going to take all of my shorts and put them away in my sweater bags and then take the sweaters out of those bags and rotate and get my sweaters out. But I won't do that until I get back from my cruise. All right. Then I want to take everything out of my suitcase that I have in there and then rethink my outfits. Why? Because I found out we are not going to have laundromat. There's no laundromat on the Luminosa ship. So I got to rethink things that I can wash out by hand and that will dry. They have a laundry service, but as I remember, it was a lot, like $8 a shirt or something. And I'm not paying that. That's ridiculous. Makes me mad. We could do our own laundry. Think we're rich? No, we're not. Okay. What have I been doing lately? Watching TV and everything. Are you ready? This. Because I wanted, these boxes used to be what your flushable wipes, although I never flushed them. They would come in these. Then they gave you the refills to put back in here. But now, guess what? They don't even give you these anymore. But I have some. So I wanted to make one of these and put by my bed because, you know, I have my black bedspread with the pink. But here's the greatest thing. I got to show you this. As a yarn person, and if you are one, you know your goal is to use the whole skein of yarn because you don't want little bits hanging around. Well, I had a little bit of the pink, but I knew it wasn't enough to finish, so that's why I made the stripes with the black. And if you can see, it is glittery yarn, both of them, but you can't see very good here. Anyway, I'll show you how much yarn I had left. That is perfect. A dream come true. Use the whole skein, no waste. And I am going to make one more little black pillow to go in front of here. Today I'll do that. It only takes about 5 minutes because I shrunk the pattern to make little because I wanted a lot of pillows. But anyway, I'm going to put that on the head of my bed and put some good stuff in it. Don't know what yet. That's what I do. I just get more boxes, more crates, more of something, and then put my stuff in more and more instead of getting rid of it. Why don't I just get rid of stuff? I have a problem. Jamie and I were talking about, what if we sold the house and built a tiny home up on the ranch by the orchard, that lot we wanted to always build? Because I said, I kind of regret that we never built up there. And he goes, yeah, me too. I said, what if we did? So we were just fantasizing last night about that. If we did do that, that would be weird. And then in the comments, somebody asked, what's Jamie going to do with all that land when he dies? Now listen, people. Jamie and I have been married for 29 years. We bought that ranch like 25 years ago. Maybe 22 years ago. Anyway, we bought that ranch together. So legally, it's half mine. And so I get to help decide what we're going to do with it because it's not just his. And so it's all in the trust. And if he dies anytime soon, I have to go by what the trust says. If I die, he'll probably go down to the attorney and say, rip up that trust. Now I want everything to go to my kids and not hers. So we don't know. But Jamie's old school, so he thinks the oldest son should get it all. But we do not believe that anybody in life should just get it for free. So he's putting a small price on the acreage. I say a small price because of what the real value for 120 acres is. And I want to keep a piece for ourselves, for, our security. So anyway, it's all taken care of in the trust. And so I could tell you more of it's been a big problem with us and his son. But anyway, Clint, he's equal. He's to have half of it too, but he doesn't want it. Go figure. Anyway, he doesn't marry, doesn't have any kids. I say, but if he got married in his 40s, then the wife will be mad if she hears that he could have had half the ranch, but he didn't take it and gave it to the brother. And really, the brother should buy him out. But he's a school teacher. School teachers don't have a ton of money to buy anybody out. And then the county, you think you own your property, but you don't. You can't just say, I'm taking 4 acres right here and giving him there, and I'm going to keep 10 acres for me, and I'm going to give you can't do that. You have to keep 35 acres unless you subdivide. And then you have to have all these kind of the roads that are, and all the stuff for a subdivision that has guidelines, and that will cost money. So that would be somebody who really seriously, like right up here, there's a subdivision going in, and all the roads are paved, and those lots are like $200,000. Whereas, and Hillary and Trevor, who bought a lot from us with the family subdivision we had, then theirs is worth like $200,000 an acre, $100,000 an acre. Hillary's is worth more because she has done all these improvements on it. Anyway, when you think about it, it wasn't really fair because the law is that you're only each family member, and they tell what a family member is. It's not your cousin. It's only your kids, immediate family. And each one was only supposed to buy 1 lot. And we had 5 of them, and Todd bought 2, and then we found out that was illegal. But I don't think they could do anything about it now because it happened a few years ago. But I don't know. Anyway, you never know. Like I say, if I die tomorrow, Jamie could go down and change the trust and do it all a different way. Okay, but when we're dead, it doesn't matter. You can't take anything with you, right? So, spend all your money when you're alive, I say. That's why I'm making sure I go on the cruise. When I was cleaning out my cupboard, I found a few things. I thought I could share this with my morning talk show. I forgot it. Where did it go? My thing. It's right here. That's my glasses. Did I throw it away? No. Oh, it's right here. It's still right here. All right, I found this. Friends are the greatest. Friends make you laugh till your cheeks hurt. I've done that before. Friends can pull you out of a dumper day. Friends are always there for you. Friends are heart-to-heart talks and remember when stories. Friends are good times shared. Friends are the best, especially friends like you. So I thought I'd share that little card I found. I kept it for years for a reason. And then I found about being in love. This was notes I took from a movie I watched one time. Don't ask me what movie. Being in love. Emotions are all about how you make them feel. Lifelong partnership. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned out. So love, it can be a lot of different, levels, right? And there's a difference being in love and loving someone, and true love. So they're all different. True love doesn't happen right away. It's ever-growing process. True love, right? You meet someone and then you don't love them at first. You might being in love forever present, and it could stem from infatuation, possessiveness, and obsession. Now, those are all three bad things, but that's what you think. You love them because you're infatuated by them. You want to be possessive of them, and you're obsessed with them. But that is being in love. That is not, true love, okay? Loving someone goes beyond physical presence. You see the past, their flaws, you see them grow, build each other, you motivate, you encourage, and you inspire. And those are how love can grow. And then when you've reached that, it isn't rushed and it's steadily growing. Loving someone is a choice, like with your friends and family. You know how you've heard people say, they wouldn't be my friend if I wasn't related to them. So you have to have a conscious effort sometimes to continue to love some people. Forgive, 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 right? Being in love with someone is involuntary, not something you can control. We fall in love with people we don't expect to at all. That's happened to me. Falling in love with an addict, and he said he was going to quit forever. And anyway, I didn't expect to at all. Falling in love is not a choice. It means putting them before anything else. Love lasts forever, even if not in our lives anymore. I have an argument, you still love them. Forever present, constant, and it never fades. So that's when you fall in love with someone. Okay. So you got to have this and study it for a while, because you got to think about this and put your own self in each situation. I have past friends or acquaintances, all right, husbands, that I still love, even though they're dead or they're gone or they're, but you remember why you fell in love with them, and you just couldn't live with them anymore, but, you still loved them. You still love them for the person that they are. All right, enough of that deep subject. Today, I'm on pins and needles. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Chad is gone to court today for his DUI. I don't know if it was a drug or a drunk, probably both DUI. And so the attorney at the time, he got out of jail and he's back to work and, being as good as he can. Not perfect. But anyway, the attorney just kept putting the date off because it happened way back in November or December or something. But anyway, no, maybe not that long ago. I don't remember when it happened. But they just keep putting the day off, put it off, put it off, put it off. So today's the day of reckoning, and so court day. And all I know is I said, "Do you want me to go with you?" "No, Mother." I'm so glad he said no. But anyway, it's not till 4 o'clock, so it's still a while away. But he thinks he's going to have to do 4 days. So he told his daughter, "If I don't call you, then go get my dog tonight and feed him and all that stuff. And if I don't go to jail, then I'll text you or call you and tell you." But we don't know what's the punishment. Now, I'm not in favor of drunk drivers and druggy drivers. In Oregon, where marijuana is legal and they want to make all drugs legal, chances are there's going to be more inebriated, whatever that word is, drivers. So anyway, if a drunk driver killed some of my loved one driving drunk, I would be very happy that they went to jail for a while. Our main goal would be to wish that they would stop their addiction, but we can wish all we want. Now, his therapist, he had to go do a therapy thing, you know, they make him do that. And he said he's going to recommend to the court that Chad go to rehab. And I think if the court makes you go, they pay for it, because nobody has, what is it, 12 or 15,000 to go to rehab. And if you don't want to stop, the rehab's not ever going to work. He went once. So what do they do in rehab? Why are you a drunk? Why do you turn to drugs and alcohol? So they try to figure out why. I never went to rehab, but here's what he told me. So then they try to find the reason why. So they go to your parents, your mom, your dad. They abused you, they were drunks, you were drunks. They did something wrong. And Chad goes, no, my mom never. I was very close with my mother. I had good grandparents. My mom was a good home. No, I didn't have any of that. So then after that, they tried to find a reason, any reason. So then they told him that Chad and I had emotional incest. Emotional incest, because I was really close with him. Because I raised him to be like John Boy and the Waltons. I wanted him to be like, you know, look over his brothers and help me and everything. And it was wrong. So I said, okay, I accept the blame. I was a horrible mother. I accept the blame. Now get over it. I apologize. But, you know, I told him one time, you need to worry about how you're a parent to your children instead of worrying about all the mistakes I did. What about the mistakes you're making right now as a parent? And he's made many. So get over it. Because, you know, most people grow up with not perfect parents. So get over it and then put it in the past and move on and do good now. So I think those rehabs should say, all of you sitting here being drunks and addicts are the most self-centered people in the world, because all you think about is yourself and how you can get high to bury your woes and give in to your addictions, and you're all self-centered. Now, maybe you should all think of others, and they need to teach these addicts how to serve others and how to think of others, stop thinking about themselves and all their own problems. And that's how they could get over it. Probably not. I know. It's like diabetes. It's a disease. I know everything. I'm just trying to think of a solution, because I was married to an addict and I have a son that's an addict. And they aren't thinking of the family or anything. All they're thinking about is themselves, and they want to get high. And so they're self-centered people. Think about somebody else. Think about what you're doing to everybody around you. So anyway, that's what I think. But you don't have to think like me. I've already said that. And there's a lady in Hawaii that says, I want to meet you when you come over. And I'm real excited. And then she goes, well, I'm not your religion. I'm a different religion. That doesn't matter. We can all still be friends. Our religion, our politics does not matter. If you hit it off, I have family members who are not my same political views, but I still love them, and we're still civil and acquainted with each other. That's not the right word. We're still civil and happy with each other. I don't know what the right word is. Anyway, so I look in the forecast. They lie. They say every day is just fine, no rain. And then it rains every day. Last night we had a beautiful thunderstorm. Oh, I love them. And it just lit up, and the noise, and oh, I just love thunderstorms. Do you know why I do? My mother taught me to. So we used to open the garage door and sit in lawn chairs inside the garage looking out at the thunderstorms. We didn't have very many, but I remember a Columbus Day storm we had when I was little, and it was the worst storm ever. And she taught us all to love it. Of course, we didn't have a dog that ran and was scared to death of the thunder. I didn't have that happen until I was single, married, and we had a dog named Sandy. And, I mean, I didn't know what was happening. The thunder struck, and then the dog just came running and jumped on my bed and was just, like, trying to hide underneath me. I'm like, what's going on? I didn't know dogs were scared of thunder till then. Because, you know, I wasn't raised by dogs. And I felt so bad for her that she was that frightened. And I tried to tell her and explain to her, it's just a storm. But it didn't help. My dog needed therapy. I don't know how you help him. Maybe you take him shooting and they hear the shooting of the gun and then they won't be scared after a while. I don't know. Okay, I found a recipe in my box too. And guess what it is? Strawberry pie. I wish I would have had it last week when Jamie picked the last of the strawberries, fresh ones. I can use frozen ones, but I want to do it, but I'm not going to. Because why? I'll eat it. It's horrible to be a baker because all you want to do is eat. And you've noticed Trevor lost some weight. I'm going to try to get him to tell what he did, but I don't know if he's ready yet to. But we might. But anyway, he's looking good. So I think he's lost all he wants to lose, I hope. Because I don't want him to shrivel up and disappear. He won't. But anyway, I'll try to get him to tell his story on my YouTube channel. So he's doing his floors. Because they're thinking about, they sold some property and they made good money. And so they're thinking about using that profit, selling their house and getting a bigger house because, you know, they have 7 kids. And if they're all get married and come home with families like I do, then they need a bigger house. So they found one that they kind of like. So I don't know. It's their choice. They can do whatever they want with whatever they're doing. But anyway, so they're fixing up their own house and pulling out all the tile and carpet to put new wood floors. Now, they bought the wood flooring a long time ago, and it's like waterproof and the best wood flooring you can buy. And so Trevor's ripping it all up. That's why he needed the dump trailer. And then, of ours, he's borrowing it. And then they're going to hire, I think, somebody to lay the wood floor down because Trevor doesn't have time. So then Aunt Misty goes, well, then we might like the house so much, we'll just keep it. So I don't know what they're doing, but they had that wood floor for a long time. I mean, that wood to do the floors for a long time. So they're going to be doing that. So that's good. And now he's thin enough, he can get on the floor and do it and get up easier. If any of you know and have done the roller coaster dieting, this year we're skinny. Have you done that at some family reunions? Everybody's fat this year. And then the next year there'll be people who have lost weight. And then the next, you know, if you have it after Christmas, everybody's fatter. And so the roller coaster weight loss and gain. So anyway, it's a problem for a lot of us. And why do we just hate ourselves? Because we are fat or gained weight. We should like ourselves no matter what, but that's not how it works. So it's there. I want to do what Trevor did, but I'm probably too old. But I do have new teeth. So, all right. That's all I'm going to talk about for my morning talk show today. And now I'm going to go unpack all my suitcase and pick out my outfits and do it different. Since the ship does not have a laundromat, I got to think different now. All right. I might have to be washing all my clothes by hand or something. All right. Good.